Welcome to That's Pretty Neat with Rodger and Stefan, where we discuss neat, holistic, regenerative agriculture. I hear this term being thrown a lot around, and I feel like it's kind of important to mention, but what is biodiversity?
Yeah, as obvious as that question sounds to someone who's been playing with biodiversity for years, it's probably a good thing to talk about. So our agriculture and our whole thought process for the last several thousand years, and definitely the last 70 years, has been about what we call monocropping or monoculturing. We want everything to be in a straight line. We want everything to be clean. We don't want anything around. We want everything to be dead. And that's the exact opposite to what nature requires and what the planet requires. So the word we use to describe what the planet requires and what nature requires is biodiversity. Bio just means living, and diversity means many diverse, many things. So it's combining the two, we want many living things. Now, biodiversity, it's around us all the time and we don't realize it. For example, you've got quite pretty eyelashes.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea how many different living organisms live on a single eyelash?
A lot, but I couldn't guess how many. Maybe I'd say 20.
136.
That's more. That's a lot more.
Yeah.
Are they all mushrooms or fungus?
No, these are living critters crawling around.
Wow.
So that's an example of biodiversity that you're unaware of.
Yeah.
Well, now picture that in your pastures, in your paddocks, in your crop fields, and those 136 critters on your eyelash are not affecting you negatively. But for some reason, once we know that things are there, our instinctual answer is kill it. There's weeds in the field. Kill them. What weedicide, herbicide do we need? Oh, there's fungus in the field. What fungicide do we need? Oh, whatever our standard answer is to kill and get rid of and simplify biodiversity to a monoculture. However, once we get to that monoculture, the unintended consequences are massive. And I keep telling people life begets life, more life begets more life. We have to make decisions to increase life, because the more life there is at the lower levels, the more there is at the higher levels, the more there is at the higher levels. So, as we've made decisions to reduce biodiversity, we've in effect created the deserts of the world. Well, now we need to make decisions to increase biodiversity to go from the deserts back to, forests, grasslands, just full of life. So it's a bad human flaw that we've got, where our automatic thing is, oh, spider, kill it. Oh, fly, kill it. Not realizing that the fly was the food for the spider.
Yeah.
And then the spider's doing something else. And so we really need to consider biodiversity in all of our management decisions, whether it's in the city or in the rural areas. And we should consider it as a way of breaking the cycles in the monocultures that are so destructive. But because we've been doing the monocultures for so long, we've really got to relearn. And our brains don't like the complexity of biodiversity. They like the simpleness of monocultures because we think linearly. But we categorically have to, as humans, if we're to survive on this planet, embrace biodiversity and learn to work with it.
You can follow Rodger at d2gftf.com and also on his socials at Rodger Savory Holistic Management on YouTube and Facebook. We are Las Cumbres Ranch. You can follow us on social media at Las Cumbres Ranch over all platforms. And thanks for tuning in. It's been real neat.